Little lunchtime smoke. I'm enjoying this Buckeye billiard, I guess you'd call it. Is that a billiard? Kind of a bent, kind of a freehand in a way, a little bit of freehand. And the way the stem meets the shank there. I don't know. Call it what you want. I'm smoking some of this Riegel's, from Riegel's, it's a Balkan Sobranie Black match from Byron, Kirk Devlin 66. Thank you, Byron. That was one of the high points of the Las Vegas trip, was hanging out with Byron and David in the refreshment area, whatever. He wasn't selling anything, he just had a display area there of some vintage stuff. And it was so much fun just hanging with those guys. This is so smooth. Smooth. Like from 1982, I think Byron said. No, it's an 82-year-old guy who blends this secret formula, goes into the back room, blends it up. And Latakia is from Syria, and it's like from the 80s. In my experience, Latakia starts to lose its smokiness and so forth with age, but it does get really mellow. Not that it's not mellow to begin with. Should be using matches. I just pick up, I have like a little thing of lighters in my smoking area in the house, and so I just like grab one and think, kind of like picking a pipe. What are you in the mood for today? It's yeah, hugely different from day to day. Or, it's been like a week and a half since I smoked. Thus, I'm making a video because I want to have a smoke. I'm smoking with y'all. Probably should just talk or smoke and not talk. Kind of rainy. Midwest is getting whomped. The Northeast is getting whomped by winter, blizzardy conditions. Meanwhile, we're pretty mild here. You have to put up with a little rain and gray, but kind of worth it. But you can still get skin cancer, darn it. Clouds don't help that much. Anyway, this stuff is awesome. Got that little bit of caramelly wonderfulness. But it is just so smooth. And I kind of like the heft of this Buckeye. It's fairly light, but the way the rustication is done, it's done in a blast box. And I always think of that as Italian rustication, but anybody can do it. And the bird's eye kind of comes out as little islands, and then the grain comes out as sort of waves. It's kind of cool. Kind of fancy for me, but I like it. And I took my little Brian Doran pipe that I got at the Las Vegas show up with me to some friends for Thanksgiving, and then we didn't smoke, and I forgot it there. They loaded me up with leftovers and stuff. I was on the bike, wanted to make a ferry, so I left it there. Oh well. It's just an excuse to go visit them again, which is good. So we had fire drill last night. I volunteer with fire department, and as we do every Tuesday night, 7 to 9. And every time I drill with the duty crews and their interns and bartender guys and stuff. What a great bunch of people that is. It's just like, wow, these are people, these are great people at the top of their game, you know? It's just like, such an honor to be part of something like that. I don't know what it is about corporations that I've been a part of. They can be that way, but they get a little twisted into, I don't know, competitiveness or not cheating the rules or, I don't know what that is. But corporateness, to me, has kind of a bad, or that's pejorative, just a sense that it could be better, you know, if it had a little more direction. Because people are working hard oftentimes at corporations too. I mean, I personally have always felt like I get a lot of satisfaction from my job, and if I don't, I either have to change it or get a new job. It's just, and I have had to do that a few times because it just wasn't a good match. But, you know, you spend the best part of every day, the best part of your week, the best part of the month, the year, working. And it better be more than just your golden handcuff to a job because you got to make your payments. Oh, is that horrible? I get it. That's the reality people get themselves into, but I think it just is not, it's just not how I want to do it. If you want to do it, great. If you have to do it, I suggest you look at why you have to do that, why you think you do. But anyway, so smooth. Thank you, Byron. So anyway, the fire department, and you know, I tend to go in later in the morning, work into the evening when it's quiet. I have that flexibility at my work. And so I talk with the maintenance guys and maintenance people. There are women there too. And they're often really great people too. Um, this is kind of an idea that's just been bopping around in my head. It's like many men are adrift. They just don't know how to be the best kind of man they can be. And you know, I think that's a failure of fathering. I think dads have abdicated child rearing to mom, in my experience. And that's a limited experience. It's middle class America, middle of the country. But it does seem that way to me. It feels that way to me. And it's so unfair to mom. Because she's got to work, because there's so many single family or single parent households. So she has to work and raise the kids. Wow. It's a crisis of parenting. And it's a crisis because men are not stepping up to the plate and being the dad they need to be. Now, I think that's one reason, and there are a lot of guys who are. In fact, I can think of several who watch these videos who I think are awesome dads. But I run into this a lot where men of every age, but especially young men, they're just kind of floundering. They want to be the best person they can, the best man they can be, and they don't really know how because they didn't have good role models. They didn't have a dad who was always there, who, might include them in talk about work and where you fit in the world, and provide little course corrections along the way. Um, and there's a hunger for that. There is a real hunger for that. So I have no solutions, of course. I'm just describing it as I see it. That's just how I'm seeing things. And uh, yeah, I don't know. It's a crisis because, um, well, oh God, I don't want to get political. I won't. I won't. I just won't even go there. Okay. But it translates into all levels of society when this happens, because it's a foundational thing. And women are doing the best job they can. Uh, totally. And so, like super women. But you can only do so much. And when kids get to be teenagers and get to be exploring, on their own, and they're subject to all sorts of outside, perhaps not good influences. Um, wow, that's where a dad is extra important. I mean, early on, of course. Hmm. So many of society's problems I see as parenting problems, parenting issues, parenting lack. And boy, you're always playing catch up after that. So, but then that's just my perspective. I'm involved in organizations that uh, that are kind of man-based, and the fire department. I get involved with the police department, doing some mapping projects for them. And I guess I don't know. It's just my perspective, but it seems pretty true to me. And like I say, I don't really know what to do about it, except men need to step up, pick up the pieces, man up. And if you've committed to a relationship that involves children and a family, stick it out. Make it work. Don't just run off. But that's part of a larger thing too. But which came first? I don't know. And then I have some people will say, well, that's just the nature of man. Get in there, breed, and leave. Well, do I believe that? I don't know. There might be some truth to that, but it doesn't have to be. So anyway, when I'm at the fire department, I see these young interns. When I work late at night and the maintenance crew, God, these are great people. And I think many of them have had good parenting. So it shows. That wasn't very cohesive. Yeah, I don't know. It's just stuff floating around in my head. It's on my mind. I find gray, rainy days kind of perfect for pipe smoking. You have your own little fire right here. These walls are so thick you'd feel a little warm there. But, it's just good meditative weather, actually. Good hat weather, too. Hats are they're kind of not in or something. I don't know. You see people guys walking around in the rain, and of course a lot of them don't wear glasses. If you wear glasses, a hat becomes more important. You gotta keep your glasses from getting just like totally rained out. But it's only water. Yeah, I think people generally tend to try pretty hard to be good, you know. But sometimes if you don't have role models, that's harder. So you just don't know what you need to do or where you need to put your energy and your priorities. So you know, kind of lack the bigger picture. Who am I in this world? What's my role here? What can I do? What's it all about? And those are dad issues, you know. I can remember asking my dad about that. We'd go fishing. He loved, in fact, I feel like I had really good parenting. And, but different in that he was really a fun-loving guy. He loved to go skiing and hunting and fishing and, you know, just being out. We'd take Sunday drives out into the country, you know, just, it was not really what my friends did so much. Their parents were more, I don't know, ordinary, whatever. But mine just loved to travel and get out. So I think I got some of that from them. I can remember riding up the chairlift, skiing or something, you know, I'd ask my dad a question about something. He'd just answer honestly, you know, if he knew or not. And give his opinion on things. Wow, it's priceless. Plus, you just watch how your dad is out in the world, you know, and how he responds to things, how he deals with responsibilities, how he deals with problems. If you didn't have a dad to show you that, just to demonstrate, and he's probably not even aware of it, he's just doing his thing, but you're watching him do his thing, and that's an example for you. And wow, what if you didn't have that? Oh, you'd just be like, well, I don't know what to do, you know, or the loudest voice, the loudest gangsta tough guy thing seems like the most powerful way to be, and so you do that, or I don't know. It's just kids need dads. And they need responsible, loving, good dads. And I think a lot of problems wouldn't be problems. I don't know. And there'll always be some people who never have that, who never have that good parenting. And they're going to be problems. And that's what the courts and law enforcement are for, and so forth. But it's too little and it's too late at that point. I don't know, it's a big topic. Well, I hope whatever you're smoking is half as good as this. Because this is way excellent. This is just smooth and tasty.